Hey everyone, and good morning from the Norwegian Getaway cruise ship. A big cruise ship, a fun cruise ship. And in this video here, we're gonna show you everything the Norwegian Getaway has to offer, from the food to the bars to the drinks to all the activities that can be found, starting off here at the pool deck. And one thing that surprised me a little bit on this cruise ship is that for such a big ship, the main pool area is not extravagant. It's kind of small.
Yeah, I feel like this wall needs paintings or something.
Yeah, it's very bland. Now, there are 4 hot tubs, so if you're a hot tub person, it's probably good. The pool is a pretty decent size.
I do like how the hot tubs are also covered.
Yes.
For two.
And I like the main pool also has an area where you can just stick your feet in, or you can go fully in. And there's also 2 pretty good sized pool bars. You can see one right there, and one that we are right on top of. I would say not something I normally do a lot on the cruise ship because I'm a pasty pale individual, but there's not a ton of sun loungers. You'll see on this level here, you'll find a couple, but for a ship that holds about 4,000 to 5,000 people, there's not a ton. But there are a lot on the Lido deck, but they're in the shade.
That's nice for other people.
Yeah, for some.
It's half and half.
Now here in the pool deck area, they've done a bunch of different things. This is what the sail away party was. Last night there was a welcome aboard DJ party. Later today there's going to be music. So they do use the pool deck quite a bit. And there we go. Let's go check out the rest of the ship. I go by the Legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly, and we are on board the Norwegian Getaway. On the top of the ship, you'll find kind of more or less a water park at sea. They have 5 different water slides here on the Getaway.
They do.
The main attraction, those 2 there, those are racing drop pod slides. Now, if you've never done a drop pod slide, you can kind of see it up there. You get locked into a glass coffin. It counts down 3, 2, 1, and then the floor drops out, and you go on the aqua loop.
It is nice that it counts down because some of them do not count down.
Yeah. You also got a couple of racing slides. There you go very fast.
Yeah.
And there's one family-friendly slide that unfortunately I don't think has been open the entire time. It's a really, really nice set of water slides, but they're all pretty intense, at least 4 out of the 5.
I also like tube slides better than body slides, and all 5 are body slides.
Yeah, but if you like thrill slides, this would be a ship for you. On deck 15, they got a spray area for kids, and it is just so adorable.
Look at the parrot.
And the little pirate ships.
And the cannon sprays water. It's great.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. High above the back end of the ship, you'll find the ropes course on board as that child is walking the plank. Probably a good 18 decks above the ocean.
It's a really nice ropes course.
It is. It's sort of separated on both sides of the basketball court you can see there. And in between the 2 sides of the ropes course, there is a zip line portion. One of the nicer ropes courses I've seen on a ship.
Definitely on different elements that I've ever seen.
Yes, including some that are very, very difficult. There's one over here. I've been on my fair share of ropes courses. There's one over there. You see the, like that orange beam? It's a rotating barrel if you were like log rolling. It was really, really difficult. They've got the zip line. It is complimentary. It's included with the cost of your cruise.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, and it runs weird hours. On a port day, it'll normally run only from like 4 p.m. till 7.
So lines do get long. They don't have any lockers.
Yes, and you can't have anything in your pockets. You've got to have closed-toed shoes, shorts. There's somebody on the zip line.
You have to have t-shirts. You can't have tank tops.
Yeah, we had some stuff in our pocket. We figured there'd be a locker. There was not, so we had to go back to our stateroom. But definitely try and do it. Between the zip line and like the walk the plank, really, really cool experience. And there's basketball up here as well. In the sports court area, they didn't do any activities except for today. Today they did a free throw competition and a 3-point shootout.
And they have a cornhole too.
Yes, indeed. Looks like a very weathered-looking cornhole setup. Right now we're in the back of the ship on deck 16 in an area known as Spice H2O. Now during the day this is an adults-only area. In the evening it becomes all ages again. There's 2 hot tubs out here, a bar, kind of an interesting wading pool more or less.
Yeah.
Like it's probably 1 foot deep. Multi-use venue. Lots of different things out here. Obviously, they just finished up with the World Cup, so any sort of big sporting event, they'll be out here. They'll do movies out here. Last night was a big 80s deck party, so they use the space for a lot of different things, and it's pretty cool. Very chill. One feature I really like about this cruise ship is on deck 8, the area known as the waterfront. So in the back 2/3 of the ship, there's going to be a whole outdoor promenade with seating, and there's also going to be a couple of outdoor bars.
Really comfortable seating too.
Yes. Right now we're at a very interesting bar, very unique bar. This is the Sail and Sustain bar. Every day there'll be an eco-friendly cocktail here. Today we're drinking a herb-infused Aperol Spritz. Yesterday we had one with like used banana in it and rum that was really good. But it's really nice to have, well, this is a really cool bar, and I love some of the views you get from this area as well.
Especially on sea days and stuff.
I do recommend you come all the way aft on the waterfront for a couple of reasons. One, the trippiness of the see-through floor down to the ocean below. And we're on a port day right now, so you don't really get those great aft views. But sometimes those are the best views you get on a cruise ship are those off the aft.
They also have binoculars on the waterfront,
Yeah.
more towards the middle.
So if you're sailing in a pretty port, today we're looking here at the Great Stirrup Cay and Perfect Day Coca Cay, the two different private islands by Norwegian and Royal Caribbean. On deck 7, all the way in the front of the ship, you'll find the main show theater on board the Getaway. Well, on our 3-night cruise, there were a couple of different shows. On night 1, there was a welcome aboard show with a comedian, followed by a magician show. On night 2, there were 2 different comedy magician shows. Tonight on night 3 is the main production show called $1 Million Quartet, which is their big show. On deck 6 in the middle of the ship, you'll find Headliners, which is a dual-purpose venue. In the early evening, there'll be stand-up comedy in here, and in the later evening, on our ship, it was from 10 p.m. till 1 in the morning, is the Howl at the Moon dueling piano bar. We're going to see the comedian for the first time right now, but man, the piano bar has been a blast. On deck 8, you'll find Sid Norman's Poorhouse, which is a very interesting venue.
Yes, probably one of our favorites.
Yeah, it's not an overly large venue, and it's got 2 different purposes. First of all, the space is beautiful, and then there's 2 different things in here. There's a band, like a giant band that plays, like kind of like an 8-person band. Almost feels more like a musical show than a band. And then there's also the karaoke bar on board. We are very excited on our 3-night cruise tonight. In about 45 minutes is all the musicians are dressing up for an 80s prom set, which I'm assuming is going to be just pure shenanigans. We're currently in the Atrium, which is on deck 6 in the middle of the ship. And a lot of stuff in here. You'll get your shore excursions and cruise consultant and cruise next desk. I will say the cruise next deals they offer on board Norwegian Cruise Line are very good.
Yes.
Like essentially you buy $250 deposits, you get $250 in onboard credit. So it's a really good deal. You also got an onboard credit desk, guest service desk, as well as a restaurant reservation desk, which can be very important as there's a ton of specialty dining on this ship. By far the most popular feature, I think, is the Atrium bar. Runs some of the longest hours on the ship and is busy pretty much most of those hours.
Yep.
But the staff works very, very hard. The main feature in the Atrium is the stage area, which is also used a lot.
Yes.
You'll see everything in here from music in the evening, game shows, trivias. Obviously coming up next is a movie. So lots and lots of stuff in here.
And it's nice seats too.
Yeah, the seats are pretty comfy. In the Atrium area is also a Starbucks coffee. So if you need your fancy coffee, you could come in here and buy one of those.
This had a long line this morning.
Yes, which makes sense in the morning.
Yeah.
Something you may need on the ship, this is also the Internet Help Service Desk.
We've had a lot of issues with the internet.
Yeah, between getting connected and not connected to the app, connected and not connected to the internet, it is it's a pain and something a lot of people have had issues with. There is also an internet cafe if you don't want to mess around with your phone. And then if you need some fancy pictures taken, there is a photo studio. Molly, I think out of everywhere on the ship, right now we're at my favorite location.
It's definitely your favorite. You always look forward to this.
Yes, on deck 7, it is O'Sheehan's, which is a 24-hour restaurant with waiter service, and they serve breakfast in the morning, late night drunk food at night, fun food during the day, and that's what we're gonna have right now. Now we're at O'Sheehan's at about 2 p.m., so we're gonna show you what the menu looks like for 2 p.m. Starting off with the appetizers, and my favorite thing, the half-dozen chicken wings.
Available pretty much all the time.
Yeah, except for breakfast. And they got 3 different flavors, and they're so good. You get loaded nachos, spinach and artichoke dip, pretzel bites with beer cheese, grilled sausage sliders. There's a soup of the day, which today is hot
And sour.
Hot and sour. A Cobb salad, a Caesar salad, and let's see what else is on the menu. There is a cheeseburger, a Wrangler cheeseburger, and a blue cheeseburger. A couple different types of hot dogs, a Reuben, a chicken salad sandwich, a battered fish sandwich.
Now, not all of this is offered at night.
Yeah, different. The menu does change. There's also a stew, cottage pie, potato skins. Molly, you had those yesterday.
I did. They were good.
Of course, it couldn't be a pub without fish and chips. Fettuccine carbonara, the special of the day. And there were some desserts, including, I really like, the brownie raspberry swirl cheesecake. Now I'll probably order some wings and Molly will order something else. And here's our food at O'Sheehan's. Molly opted for the spinach and artichoke dip. And I went with my favorite. I love the chicken wings here. It's actually my 3rd time ordering chicken wings in 24 hours. But they have 3 different flavors, so this time I went for the sweet Korean chili barbecue wings. O'Sheehan's is also home to a small arcade featuring mini bowling. If you want to play mini bowling, it does run you about $7. Lots of pop-a-shot basketball. A very small, a very short skee ball. You've also got TVs over here in the arcade area to watch sports as well. Air hockey. We've got a crane game where you can win dinosaurs. Big buck punting. More high-value prize games. And then the Rayman's Raving Rabbits, which is a virtual reality simulator ride. Really fun, actually the top earner in many arcades. Something pretty unique for a cruise ship. They've got a souvenir penny machine.
I like how it's a ship with the name, or you can get the design on the ship.
Yeah.
Because that's our design on the ship.
But it is also the most expensive, I think, souvenir squash penny I have ever seen at $2. I believe that is a baseball card of former Yankee El Duque Orlando Hernandez. And then you've got more traditional pub games as well. $5 to play pool. And then looks like they've got darts. Of course, O'Sheehan's has to have a bar as well. And they do play sports in here. We are selling during the World Cup and NFL football, and they've got both of those playing. They run pretty much the standard selection of liquors. They do have more beers on draft than most bars on the ship. They also have cocktails on draft, like Molly is drinking a Glacier Blue, which looks very pretty, but also looks pretty pungent. And this bar runs very long hours. Right now I'm on deck 8 in the middle of the ship at the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. Now, Sugarcane's a bar I like for a couple different reasons. One, it's one of the few bars on the ship with their own unique drink menu. They've got 7 different variations on the mojito, along with a couple different traditional tiki bar drinks. So I'm drinking a Saturn. Also, I like this bar because they have live entertainment. Sometimes there'll be a duo playing, like acoustic guitar. Sometimes, like right now, there'll be a piano guy playing. But good drinks and good fun here at Sugarcane. Located right by the casino is Shanghai's, which is a complimentary dining venue. It's open for dinner on our cruise. I believe on port days, it is or sea days, it'll be open for lunch. They have pot stickers, noodles, stir-fried rice. I wanted some pot stickers. I was craving it. Right now, it's an hour and a half wait. So if you want to eat at Shanghai's, make sure you get there early. On deck 7, right by the casino, is Bliss, which is the nightclub on board. And honestly, this has been a 3-night cruise. Me and Molly, we're not the biggest nightclub people. It's the first time we actually walked in here, but the space is really cool.
They do have musicians sometimes in
Yeah, in the earlier evening, there might be like a duo playing in here. But I love the lights. On deck 8, in the back of the ship, you'll find a couple of upcharge snack areas, and these will run in the afternoon, from noon till about 6 p.m. First, you've got gelato, and not too pricey either. Scoop of gelato, $2.75. And then if you go inside, kind of sharing the same space, is the bake shop. And you'll find different things in here, like mini cupcakes, bigger cupcakes. macarons and little chocolate bonbons. All an upcharge kind of thing, but not very expensive. Like these delicious looking mini cupcakes. They're all about $2. Something very unique to Norwegian Cruise Line, they do have an ice bar. So you pick on a poncho, you go inside, and the bars are all made out of ice. It's a really, really neat concept, but not one we're going to do because it is an extra charge. I believe it's around $15 to $20, somewhere in there. But for me, I've done Ice the Gaylord Palms, which I really, really enjoy. And this is going to cost me a bunch of stuff extra when I already have a beverage plan. Located in the front of the ship on deck 15 on the Norwegian Getaway, you will find the spa on board, and it's a big spa, lots of different things in here. First of all, this is where the gym is on board, so whether you're looking for cardio equipment or weightlifting, both of them can be found in this spa area. I thought about it, did not get to the gym on this ship though. I was only a 3-night cruise, so I can't blame myself too much. But there's lots of other things in here as well. There's a barber shop, there's a salon, you can get acupuncture done, teeth whitening, and also all your massages and your traditional kind of spa treatments. But what I think was really the star of the show at the spa was what they call the thermal suite. Now, the thermal suite is something you will buy a pass for the entire length of time for your cruise. On our cruise, on a 3-night cruise, it was pretty expensive. It was $179, but it would give you access to this very, very relaxing part of the ship with all these really cool loungers, and then the heated loungers, the really cool pool with all the bubbling jets and things like that, and the jacuzzi. There's also a sauna up there, and something called a salt bath. I don't even know what that is, but the room was, well, it's just a neat room. And yeah, so the thermal suite was pretty impressive to walk around. Didn't buy the pass, but I was happy I went on the tour. It was pretty neat. Right now, it is dinner time, and we're dining tonight in one of the main dining rooms, the Tropicana room, located on deck 7 in the back of the ship. The Tropicana room is a pretty impressive dining room. It's the largest of the main dining rooms. Also, as you might be able to tell, they have entertainment in this dining room that they don't have in the 2 others. But it's a really nice space. We have sat down at our table here. And let's take a look at the menu for this evening. Under appetizers, there's chicken lettuce wraps, Asian spare ribs with vegetable summer roll, roasted beet salad, bruschetta, which I got the other day, it was really nice, smoked mozzarella ravioli with a lobster cream sauce, minestrone soup, white cheddar and potato soup, a French onion soup, a couple different types of salad. Now these classic entrees, they will be here every night of the cruise. Take a look at today's featured entrees. Whole roasted sirloin, chicken, almond crusted ruby red trout, bang bang chicken and shrimp, rigatoni primavera with pesto, and a barbecue mixed grill. Pretty solid menu. Now, some Norwegian ships, I believe, have gone to the same menu every night in the main dining room. As of right now, the Getaway has not done that. Like many main dining rooms, the first course that's served is a bread course. And Molly's excited. There are multiple pieces of cheese bread in there. Yeah! The appetizer course has arrived. I got some Asian spare ribs, which that's a pretty hearty looking appetizer. Molly opted for the cheese ravioli in a lobster sauce.
Smoked
Cheddar ravioli in a lobster sauce.
mozzarella.
Smoked mozzarella ravioli in a lobster sauce. I remember the lobster sauce part.
You did. Gotta give you.
The main course has arrived. I opted for the sirloin, which, oh my goodness, that's a big portion of sirloin. And Molly got the chicken Madeira. The dessert menu has arrived. A warm chocolate lava cake, bananas Foster's, a brownie s'more, tiramisu, cherry pie, and fresh fruit. Oh, they got you for them. The dessert course has arrived. I got a warm chocolate lava cake. Molly, yours look good. A brownie s'more. Now, just be advised, like sometimes the main dining room will take almost no time. Like we were in and out in an hour the other day for 3 courses. Today, an hour and 37 minutes after we sat down, we got our dessert course. So definitely, depending on how busy they are, this could take really almost no time or a lot of time. On deck 6, in the middle of the ship, you'll find the 2 smaller main dining rooms, Savor and Taste. Now, all the main dining rooms, they will have the same menu. These are just going to be a little bit smaller. And in the middle between them is the mixed bar, which just runs the standard bar menu. We're currently in the middle of deck 7, and the middle of deck 7 is a giant casino.
Big.
First of all, I love that they have this. They have one of those bars where you can sit and play video poker at, and you can watch the game. That's 2 things I enjoy. The casino is big. A lot of table games, a lot of slot machines. If you're a fan of table games, the table games offered on the ship are blackjack, 3-card poker, Texas Hold'em, roulette, Mississippi stud, fortune pie gow, baccarat, let it ride, and craps.
So a lot of different options.
Yes, which makes sense because this casino is very, very big.
And it was busy too.
Yeah, we're on a 3-night sailing, and there's not a ton of times that the casino is going to be open, but when it is open, it's been very, very popular.
They put as many slot machines as they can in hallways.
Yeah, trying to, you got to kind of make your money every inch of a cruise ship or something like that. They do have a players club that you should make sure you sign up for to get your rewards if you are playing. They do have some of the simpler gambling games like this, the coin pushing where you can win keychains as well as quarters. You get to another round of table games on both sides of the beautiful Atrium area here in the middle of the ship.
I like how they have a TV, so you can be playing your card games and still see the TV.
Yes. See a shot of the chandelier there. I love that. There's another area over there. I'm not sure if that's a poker room or a high limit area or a no smoking area. I'm not sure what they use that for. This, I'm not sure if they use anymore, but that looks like it's a buffet for food.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, you get the gambling people to keep gambling. This is something I've never seen before. It is a deal or no deal slot machine. And that's pretty different. But wait, there's even more. The casino that never ends is about to end. I also like the chandeliers. I think the design on those is pretty neat. And we are about at the end of the casino. There's just 2 more things that I wanted to show off. And these are these arcade type casino things over here. One done up as like a British telephone where you can win cash if you can put the key in the right spot. And a crane game where you could win wads of money. A quick update, this blast off area, well, it's blast off for those that are high rollers. Like, hey, you want to play blackjack? Minimum bet, $100. Right now we're in deck 15 in the back of the ship at the Garden Cafe, which is the main buffet on board. A very, very big buffet. Before you go inside the buffet, very important to note, there is a bar right before you go in. And this bar does offer full liquor drinks. The one in the back of the buffet only does beer and wine. We are currently on a port day, and it's time for lunch. We're going to show you what's on the lunch buffet, starting with French fries, a boiled parsley potato, white veal and mushroom ragu, corn, honey chili chicken, a coconut tilapia with apricot sauce, cottage pie. Oh man, I am definitely getting one of those. That is a pork cordon bleu, grilled sausage, a Reuben panini, and then you get a selection of cheeses, cold sandwiches, and meats. Right near the entrance buffet is also soft serve ice cream. Of course, it wouldn't be a buffet without a salad bar. And they have kind of your traditional salad bar option, and then some wackier stuff like charred cauliflower and curried salad, or pumpkin and corn salad. There is always a carving station on the buffet, and today is roast pork loin. Here's something I never heard of, turkey chili. Interesting. And then one of my favorite things they do for lunch, they have a build your own pasta station. So they'll flip up pasta right in front of you with whatever you want in there. And the options do change out. Like, look like today is mussels and then maybe chicken. I had a sausage with white sauce yesterday that was fantastic. Norwegian Cruise Line does bread very, very well in the buffet area. They've got sliced wheat and honey bread. You got some vintage sugar and walnut rolls. My personal favorite, the pretzel bread and breadsticks as well. Right next to another salad station. Interesting, in the buffet area, there is a pour your own wine station. It does not look like it's functioning right now, and it is not included in every beverage package. Also, there is a normal beverage station as well with milk and coffees, juices, and then your normal non-alcoholic kind of stuff, so iced tea, strawberry kiwi, and lemonade. Moving along, we got the soups. What are the soups today? We've got a beef consomme and a hot and sour soup. Look at those fancy breadcrumbs they have.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Pretty nice. There's a hard pack ice cream station with 8 different types of ice cream, along with chocolate sauce and butterscotch. Desserts are all held behind glass there. So you've got a lemon mousse cake. Oh, that looks weird. Look at the orange jello. Moving along. Ooh, that looks good. Apple streusel. And then you've got a flourless chocolate cake. A white chocolate and mango mousse. And a strawberry shortcake.
And then you have fruit on the bottom.
And fruit. There's also a warm dessert every day, and today it is chocolate chip bread pudding. There's an Asian section of the buffet, home to butter chicken, rice, General Tso's chicken, wok fried corn, and pad thai. And you can't have a buffet without a grill. You've got burgers and dogs and chicken and toppings. Another cruise ship buffet staple, they've got pizza. Right now it looks like they got cheese, pepperoni, and then Hawaiian, and then a vegetable pizza as well. In the back of the buffet there is a vegetarian area, which is home to some Indian cuisine. And it looks like, are these all different types of hummus?
Yeah, looks like it.
Interesting. I do recommend going all the way to the back of the buffet because you do get some pretty cool views off the back of the ship. There is also a bar back here. Now this is just going to be a beer and wine bar.
And soda.
And soda. If you go all the way to the back corner of the buffet, there's a kids buffet area. They got fish fingers, mac and cheese, and they also have kids desserts like cupcakes and cake pops. I really like this feature. There's a noodle station where they do different noodles each day. And today is pork broth with lo mein noodles, and you can put all these kind of different toppings in there. Worth noting, right by the American Diner, you've got a set of Adirondack chairs in the shade, not in the smoking area. So that's right up my alley. 16, you'll find the video arcade, which is a pretty good sized video arcade. Something I love that this cruise ship is doing is that for $75, you can get an arcade pass, which means all cruise long, any arcade that has a green swiper, which is pretty much all the non-redemption games, you could play, all you can play the entire length of the cruise. And they have some really good games in here, so you could play Dream Raiders, you could beat Halo Fireteam Raven. So I love that. I think that's a great option. Got super bikes. Racing game here, the Triotech Typhoon, a 4-claw machine. You could win some ridiculous looking watches. Haven't seen Guitar Hero in quite some time. You've got an air hockey game, some skee-ball. Now if you do play any of the redemption games, you would redeem them for prizes over here. And they do have a second air hockey as well. 2 different types of skee-ball, which I think is fun. You can win some higher value prizes like Stacker, Winner's Cube, this Big Buck Hunting, Terminator Salvation's a fun game, Monster Drop, a couple more really fun games over here. Jurassic Park arcade. I really like Dead Storm Pirates. Tipping Blocks is a really fun ticket game. So is Deal or No Deal. And then you got another racing game. So very nice arcade, and I love that they have that package for sale. On deck 16, up by the diner, the arcade, and the water slides, you'll find the jogging track.
8 laps equals a mile.
On deck 6, in the middle of the ship, you'll find the art gallery on board. Now, like most cruise ships, they sell art, they do the big champagne art auction.
They do the guess the weight game.
There was a scavenger hunt yesterday that looked kind of fun. A lot of people were playing that. And I believe the artwork does kind of change each day, so it's kind of fun to always take a stroll through here and see what's on display. I would definitely do your due diligence and research before buying any art on a cruise ship, but it is there for you if you want it. On deck 6, they have a really cool, like, small lobby area for the Norwegian Getaway. You got this kind of weird couch, a big model of the cruise ship, and all of these plaques that the cruise ship got when it arrived in ports for the first time. Always kind of interesting to take a look around. On deck 8, right by La Casino, you'll find the Sunset Bar, and this is just kind of a quiet lounge. Nothing happens here, but I do like the lighting. There is also a outside deck on deck 7, but it's not nearly as pretty.
Yeah, it's more industrial.
Yeah, that's where the lifeboats are. I believe there is shuffleboard at one end, though. A big deal here on board the Norwegian Getaway is specialty dining. Now, these are restaurants that cost extra and are not included with the cost of your cruise. Right now we're on deck 8 in the back of the ship, which is home to 2 different specialty restaurants. There's going to be Cagney's, which is the fine dining steakhouse.
Wonderful steakhouse.
Yeah, we've eaten there before on other Norwegian ships, and it's really good. Dead ahead, you'll have the Prime Meridian Bar, which is a bit of an upscale bar. And then on the left is going to be Moderno, which is the Brazilian steakhouse, and that's where we're dining tonight, and we're going to take you through our dinner. The dining experience at Moderno begins here at the salad bar. They have 43 different items on the salad bar. As we go, I might show you some of the highlights. Like, ooh, Molly, you probably like that. Grilled provolone cheese.
Absolutely, I got a piece.
Some really nice seafood options here at the salad bar. A shrimp salad, a hot smoked salmon, and then they have some sushi items as well. A vegetable roll, a salmon roll, and a crab roll. And some very fancy looking asparagus. We made it to Molly's favorite part of the salad bar, the cheese area. Home to Parmesan cheese, baby mozzarella pearls, Manchego cheese, ooh, and some chorizo and serrano ham. 2 different types of soup. There's, I don't know how to pronounce that, with spare ribs and chorizo, and a lobster bisque. The other side of the salad bar is kind of more traditional, build your own salad. Now some things I'm not sure. I don't know what a heart of palm is. We have returned from the salad bar, and waiting on the table for us is Molly. One of your favorite dishes at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival, the Brazilian cheese bread. We'll probably ask for more. We've got our side dishes. We got 4 different side dishes: fried yuca, rice, mashed potatoes, and sautéed mushrooms. And then the fun is about to begin when we take this coaster and turn it from red means stop to green means go. Meat number 1, and it's a good one, filet mignon.
Yes.
Let's go.
There you go. Can you grab it now? Okay.
And we got another one, this filet mignon wrapped in bacon. Ooh, even better. So it's a Parmesan crusted chicken leg and then a chicken breast wrapped with bacon.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Here at Moderno, they have a very limited specialty drink menu. 3 different takes on the Caprihina, the drink of Brazil. I got an acai Caprihina. Meat number 5, pork sausage.
It's very nice. Have a try.
I'm excited.
Excited for it.
The next one is lamb chops.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Up next is some top sirloin. My kind of cook right there.
All the way.
Beef ribs? I will take a beef
Please.
rib.
From Moderno.
Thank you.
That's for you, sir. Bon appetit. Would you like some more?
No, I'm good.
No, thank
All the meats, but there's a palate cleanser of pineapple. And what's it with?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Caramelized cinnamon and brown sugar.
Thank you. Thank you.
More lamb, one of Molly's favorite dishes. This is the leg of lamb.
Baby.
I believe we made it to the last meat, and that is a pork loin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Molly, I think you and I are both in agreement on our 3 favorite things. We just got seconds on the bacon wrapped filet mignon. We really enjoyed the lamb chops. And then off the salad bar, the hot griddled cheese.
The warm pineapple was also very, very interesting and good.
Yeah, that was a big surprise. And because for some reason that wasn't enough food, you do get dessert, your choice of chocolate flan, rice pudding, chocolate coconut tres leches cake, and a banana caramel meringue tartlet. The dessert is served. Molly got the tartlet. I got the coconut tres leches cake. And I am so full. I don't think I've ever left a cruise ship restaurant as full as I'm leaving this one. On deck 8, you'll find La Casina, which is the upcharge Italian restaurant on board. I really like their dining room.
Yeah.
One neat thing also about any of the specialty dining on 8, there's also outdoor dining. So if you want to sit out by the ocean and enjoy the breeze, you can do that. There's also a wine bar at this establishment. On deck 16, towards the back of the ship, you'll get the American Diner, which is an upcharge restaurant. And kind of an upcharge restaurant if you want to eat somewhere different with kids or really picky eaters. Because this is like hamburgers and salads, blue plate specials.
Mozzarella sticks.
Handmade mozzarella sticks for $5.
Nachos and lobster and shrimp sliders, which is really
and everything on the menu is like, I think, $12 and under. It's much cheaper than other things.
I think that last one was $15.90.
Okay. Right by the secondary atrium on deck 8, there's a trio of specialty restaurants. You'll have the sushi bar, Wasabi. You'll have Ocean Blue, which is going to be the main seafood restaurant on board.
It looked good when we passed it.
It did. I'm not really a seafood guy, so we're not going to eat there. And there's also the Raw Bar. So if you want some just cold seafood. I think the prettiest specialty restaurant on the ship can be found here in deck 6, and that's Le Bistro, where they do have that kind of like Parisian patio-style dining, or one more in the restaurant. And even though this is all inside, also right next to that is teppanyaki, which is where you would have the food cooked at your table on the big flat top. If you enjoy shopping, deck 8 is going to be where you want to go. It's where all the shops are located on board the ship, and all sorts of stuff from watches to jewelry. Duty-free liquor. It's also where the photo gallery is on board, so if you want to buy any of the pretty pictures you've taken.
And I love the Christmas books and stuff.
Yeah!
Frames, I should say.
As we are sailing on this cruise in December, with just about 16 days till Christmas. So let's take a quick peek in the Tide's Boutique, which is always my favorite store on board a cruise ship. This is where you could get your your Norwegian stuff and your Norwegian Getaway stuff. Get a various line of merchandise here for Hooked on Cruising. I think these are just adorable.
Those are really cute.
Yeah. Little dogs with cruise gear in various styles. This wall here is pretty much all for the Hooked on Cruising line of anything from shorts to, I guess, wine tumblers to polos. Bags. You guys got the classic dad polo over here, I think. There's also a hat and t-shirt combo with Norwegian Getaway on. We do have a few more t-shirts, along with, I like this, the Norwegian Getaway coaster. Now, a bummer for you and I, Molly, they have an ornament, but they don't have one of a model of the ship, and that's something we try and collect on every single cruise.
I'm not sure if it's because it's so close to Christmas or not.
Right now we're on deck 17 looking down on the Hyde Beach Club. This is an upcharge area of the cruise ship, so you have to buy a pass. And you would get these fancy lounge chairs, day beds, access to private jacuzzis, your own bar. So it's not something I would spend money on the cruise ship, but if you want to get away from the kids, get into the quiet, and maybe you want to celebrate a special occasion.
The loungers look really nice though.
They do. Not sure on the price point on this one, but it's there if you're interested. Here's a look at the other side of the Hyde Beach Club. You can tell it's not a very popular sail on this sailing, as this side is completely empty. You can also peek into the Haven area over there. Located on deck 16 in the front of the ship, you'll find the Haven, which is the ship within a ship neighborhood for guests staying in fancy, fancy suites. They get their own pool, they get their own bar, they get their own restaurant. Everyone I've talked to that's done it
loves it.
Yes. Me and Molly tend to go pretty cheap on the cruises. Like, pay for an interior and go explore the ship and spend money on beverage packages and other adventures, but I've heard good things. On deck 16, towards the back of the ship, you'll get the Entourage Teen Lounge. Now, obviously, Molly and I are not teens. I'm just gonna peek my head in here. Actually, it's a pretty good sized space. Dance floor, air hockey, couches, foosball, Mario Kart. Pretty decent space. On deck 16 is where you'll find the Guppies Under 3 Playroom. Honestly, I don't know what this is, but the sign is adorable.
Yeah.
And the playroom is exactly what you think it would be. Just a playroom for little kids to go and play with toys. Very smart thing to have on a cruise ship. Right now we're at the very tippity top of the ship. This is deck 18. Really not used for much. I think they probably put these sun loungers out on sea days. And one thing you do get up here, some pretty cool views.
I know that there is only stairs to get up to deck 18.
Located on deck 6 near the Atrium, you'll find what's known as the Illusion Area. Now, we're on a 3-night sailing and this is not being used at all, I don't believe. Normally this is an upcharge dinner show venue.
But it's so cool, the entrance.
Yeah, a lot of Harry Houdini and old-time magic stuff.
So much detail.
Yeah, and then I guess we could probably peek in there.
Yeah, no, the door was open. I stuck my head in.
Yeah.
But it's really cool.
Yes, and this is the space. You can see it's all broken apart. I guess they're doing a seminar or something in here. And yeah, oh man, what if that's like a projection dome? I think it is. Cool space. Bummer we're not using it on our ship. On the Lido deck, you'll also find ping pong in a good spot too, because it's really kind of sheltered from the wind. Located just off the main atrium, you will find the card room, which also doubles as the library. There's games you could play and books you can check out and read. I did see one I was interested in. There's a whole book on McDonald's drinkware.
Yeah.
Now they have a book on McDonald's drinkware, but one book that the Norwegian ship we're on right now does not have is Experience the Point, the unofficial guidebook to Cedar Point, Volume 3, written, and this copy is autographed by our own Andrew Hyde here on the staff. So we're going to take this, and just like we do on every single cruise ship, find a good spot for it. I'm going to put it down here next to Villain, and you can come on here and find Hyde's book. Take your picture with it, send it to us on social media. And wrapping things up here on the ship tour, we are in an interior cabin 5617. A couple things to note about the cabin: the makeup room and do not disturb, those are digital and they're controlled on the wall right there. They have a card that you have to push down to power on everything in the room. And the room, I thought it was fine. I know the Getaway does a lot of longer cruises, and I don't know if there's a ton of storage in here for a longer cruise, but for a 3-night cruise, I thought it was fine. But the room was very modern.
They have a lot of hangers.
Yeah, bed was okay, a little on the harder side.
But the sheets were comfortable.
Yeah, the sheets were comfortable. Big old closet. There's a safe in there as well. There's a TV by a brand I have never heard of before, Soleil. You did have a couple movie channels and TV channels. One thing I found weird, there was no like kids Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. No. So if you have kids, it might be a little rough for them to watch TV. You have a vanity area over here, a little mini fridge, and I guess it could be a desk or a makeup section. There is a bathroom. Temperature controls right there. Bathroom was completely serviceable. Plenty of storage in the bathroom for all your bathroom needs. Shower was you know, a cruise ship shower. You got the gels on the wall. A couple things about the bathroom. The shower took a long time to get hot. And then the sink, the cold water didn't work at all. And it's home to the Mega Flush toilet. That terrifying noise. All right. Well, that'll do it for our time on the Norwegian Getaway. Molly, what did you think? About the favorite parts and least favorite parts of this cruise ship?
I was really impressed with the buffet. They had a lot of offerings for breakfast, lunch. We didn't go up there for dinner, but the offerings was really impressive.
I love that make your own pasta, flash fry. Oh man, that was so good. So good. My favorite part of the ship, I think, was the evening entertainment. You had big theater shows, you had game shows, you had music, you had Howl at the Moon, you had comedians, you had the great shows at Sid Norman, so there was always tons to do, and it was very high quality stuff.
Yeah, I was surprised with their entertainment on board. They had a lot of shows at night, so much game shows, trivia. It was just a variety of things. They had sports on everywhere. So if you were a sports person, you could always watch sports.
Yeah, we hung out on the back deck and watched Thursday night football for a couple.
Movies were played in indoors and outdoors.
All right, something else I enjoyed, some small things. I like the Sail and Sustain bar. I made sure to go there every day to get the sustainable cocktail of the day. And in Moderno, I got to eat bacon-wrapped filet mignon. Bacon-wrapped filet mignon is delicious.
I liked the Howl at the Moon, the dueling pianos.
They're so
They
talented.
were very talented.
Like, the piano bar is one of my favorite places to go on a cruise ship, and I would say the Howl at the Moon pianos they do on the Norwegian, they're definitely more skilled than like the Carnival Cruise Line solo piano guy or the Schooner Bar on Royal Caribbean. It's a very, very good show. It feels like you're at a very nice, like a Howl at the Moon kind of bar on land. It was really, really strong. Mm-hmm. I like that they have the waterfront area where you could get some fresh air and walk outside. I think that's really neat. And of course, Hands. That's where I would try to end the night every single night. Possibly have afternoon snacks there as well.
I was really impressed with the ribs course, even though I'm not a ribs course person. That has to be one of the better ribs course. That's not not an upcharge.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. Something I didn't do, but I love that they offer is an arcade package. $75, play all the arcades you want. Me, as growing up, like if I was a kid on the cruise, that would be absolutely my favorite part about it. A couple of things I didn't like as much. I thought the Lido deck was very ugly.
It was very industrial.
And plain and small. It didn't work.
Yeah. The bars were always crowded. There was always lines. I think that's because a lot of people do have the free beverage package with them booking. But
yeah, and they're definitely not staffed for that kind of... Mm-hmm. So I agree. Speaking of the drinks and the bars, as far as the beverage package goes, not a great selection of whiskey and beers. A pretty good selection of vodkas and rums. Mm-hmm. One thing I do have to mention that I did not care for at all, Sid Norman's, which is the wonderful like music and karaoke bar, they have drinks on their menu that are made with nice liquors. Like Molly ordered one that was supposed to be made with Cazadores tequila. I ordered one that was supposed to be made with Bullet bourbon. Instead, they were made with rail nasty liquors. And that is not cool.
But Sid Norman's was also an up. That show was fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't order off their menu. Just
No. Do not.
say your liquor.
Yeah. Also, one thing I would say is bad is the internet and app.
Oh, that line for the internet help desk, that was very, very long.
And the app kept crashing and kicking you off, and the internet, when it functioned, was very, very slow. They must have been having some issues on the ship, but that was kind of a disaster, anything with that. Like, the app, I could barely get to work. Mm-hmm. By the end, I just wasn't even using it at all.
Yeah.
And the good thing, you don't have to use the app. Like, some cruise lines, you do have to use the app to check in for stuff. Norwegian, you don't really have to do that.
They do give you a paper one.
Yeah. All right, and that'll do it for our cruise here on the Norwegian Getaway cruise ship. This 3-night cruise, it was about $300 per person. We did book on board, so we saved some money. I think instead of paying like $300 per person, we paid like $175, which that is a really good value for what we got on this cruise.
I really think the next cruise for this, for Norwegian, is one of the best deals.
I agree.
Especially if you're going to sail with Norwegian within the next 3-4 years.
Yes, and we will probably do that. We'll be back on another Norwegian ship next month. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to that. And I want to thank everyone of you that watched this video. If you guys don't watch videos like this, we can go on cruise ships like this. So thank you very, very much. If you have any questions about the Getaway, let me know in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you all for watching.